What's up, squad? Thank you so much for stopping by to check out another video here on the channel. And as always, thank you so much for the love and support on all of our prior uploads. I love seeing those views and subscribers continue to go up each and every day. That means you guys are enjoying the content I'm bringing your way, and I'm going to continue to do that each and every day for you guys. And if you haven't yet, of course, make sure you like and subscribe and turn your notification bell on so you get alerted to all the new content drops here on the channel. All right, guys, so for today's Sports Cards 101, I figured we'd dive into breaks. Breaks are becoming one of the most popular forms in the hobby of gaining cards, adding to your collection. So I figured we'd go over a few things so you know what you're doing every time you jump into a break. All right, guys, so for today's Sports Cards 101 lesson, we're going to go into breaks. And now let's talk about what a break is. In its simplest form, a break is just opening a box of cards. It could be one box, two boxes, three boxes, could cover a few different sports, which we'll get into. But in its simplest terms, break is just opening a box of cards. Now, why have breaks become popular here lately in the hobby to become pretty much the most popular form that people are participating in when they're gaining cards to their collection? I would say the key things are that it gives you access to product that you typically wouldn't have access to. At different price points, you can now get into boxes that, typically maybe $400,000, $500,000 boxes. You're now paying, a few hundred, maybe even less to get certain teams, which we'll go into. But you're getting access to product that you typically wouldn't have access to. And on top of that, guys, I would say the community vibe is another big thing on why breaks have become popular. You join some of the same streamers over and over again. They know your name, the people in the community. It kind of builds that community feel in the hobby when you do participate in breaks regularly with the same streamers. So again, I think the big things on why this has grown is that access to the product and that community feel that you get when you are participating in a break. Now, guys, I say one of the key things to remember with breaks are, now this product is all going to be ripped on stream for you. So you're not going to be getting this mailed to you to rip at home. This is all going to get ripped on camera for you to then, they'll bag it up for you and ship it out to you based on what you purchase. So just remember that, this isn't product you're buying and it's going to come home to you. This is product that's going to get ripped on stream. Now, guys, there's two different types of breaks that are kind of the main ones in the hobby. There are personal breaks and there are group breaks. Now, with a personal break, this is where you're buying the product yourself. You get all the cards that are pulled on the stream, and they all are going to get shipped out to you. Now, that's kind of one for those people that have the bigger budgets. If there's certain product that you want that, you don't want to have to, share cards with people, then you'll go get this yourself. And again, some of the shops might have it at a discounted rate with you buying the whole product itself. But typically personal breaks are more on the higher end. You don't see them too often. But when you do catch a personal break, it's a fun watch where some people are dropping some good money and pulling some sweet cards. So if you can participate in those, more will to you, but they're at least fun to watch as well. And then aside from personal breaks, guys, it's going to be group breaks, which I think are probably the most popular form in the hobby when you are participating in breaks. And then among group breaks, I'd say there's four most common forms of group breaks you'll see when you're participating. The first one's going to be random. The second one will be a PYT, which is pick your team. Third one you'll see will be a PYP, which is pick your player. And I'd say fourth one is going to be a hit draft. Now, with group breaks, guys, I would say the most common form you're going to see is a random break. So as you can see in the video here, they'll put up a spot for a random team. Then you'll bid amongst the other people in the room, and whoever wins that bid, the host will either spin a wheel that has team names on it, or they'll have a deck of cards that will have logos on the reverse side. You'll pick a number, they'll count out the cards, and then flip your number, and whatever that lands on is going to be your team. Now, you can also see in the video there are different options that sometimes hosts will put in. They'll put in some things called stash or pass, where if you hit a certain price point on your bid, whatever team you get, you can either stash it, which is keep it, or pass, which would give you a second turn to flip for another team. So if you see that stash or pass, that's what that means. You'll see in this video they have a pick two, choose one at an $85 price point. So if you bid that $85, you're going to get to pick two teams, and then among those two teams you get to choose one that'll be your team. So instead of going with that random vote, if you want to increase your odds at certain teams, sometimes you'll do that pick two, and then you can see they even have a pick two or pick three, choose two at 155, where You would pick 3 teams, and then you choose 2 from those 3 that you get. So those are some of the options that you'll see with randoms. Again, these are typically at lower price points because you don't have that guarantee of certain teams or certain players that you're looking for, but they are a lot of fun to get into, and like I said, the most common form of group break you're going to see. So the next form you guys might see out there is a PYT. So you'll see in this video with my guys on Whatnot, Give Me a Break NYC. Go give them a follow. They are some good guys over there. They're doing a break here of Bowman, and you can go through and in their store, you can search through what teams are still available in the break, and they have certain prices, you know, the Dodgers 50, Angels, whatever it is. So if your team's still available there, you can either buy them at that point, but now they've included services where you can throw in an offer as well, so you can maybe get it at a little bit of a discounted rate. I know a lot of these guys who are ripping, if you know certain teams are at certain price points, if you're in there regularly, they'll give you a discount on some of them, especially if they're trying to wrap up breaks as well. If there's a few teams left out there to try to close it out and get things going, you can definitely see some value in some of those later teams, just trying to get things going and get that break finally underway. So that's kind of an example of what a PYT or pick your team break style is like. All right, squad, so now if you want to go beyond just choosing a team and break it down to picking a specific player, you can do that too with PYP or pick your player breaks. Now, I typically won't find these on TikTok or whatnot because loading up a store full of names from rosters is going to be very tedious. I've just come across them on eBay mostly. You can see here, this is just an example of what you might find when you're looking for a pick your player break. So, you know, you can search your favorite player. I'll look for Jason Tatum, Benedict Mathurin, Paul Pierce. Throw that up in a search on eBay, throw the word break in there, and then you might see a list of, you know, different people who are running different breaks, you know, on certain products. And always, guys, if you are going to go PYP, I would definitely recommend looking on Beckett.com for whatever product it's going to be. Say you want to get into a Crown Royal break, look up the 2022-2023 Crown Royal checklist on Beckett, see what's in there because it will give you all the main series cards, autos, inserts, but specifically look at team sets. You can do this for, you know, pick your team as well, and then go through, find what, you know, team your player plays for. So if I'm looking for Tatum or Pierce, I'll go to the Celtics. I'll scroll down and see how common or like what inserts, what autos, if there are autos, what's going to be available in this set for Paul Pierce and Jason Tatum, and if it's worth, you know, going PYP for that product. You know, if the guy only has 1 or 2 cards in there, it's not going to be really worth it. You know, this is going to be worth it if you're going to go for those rookie cards. Like Benedict Mathurin would be big this year because he's going to have tons of rookies, tons of inserts, there'll be autos. So those are going to be, you know, some of the good players to go for PYP. And I'd say the last form of group breaks you're going to see are hit drafts. This is mostly with higher end product. You're going to see where they'll open a box, you know, say it's flawless, there's 10 cards in there, and then everyone will pay their price point to get in there, and then it'll be a randomized list, 1 through 10, of who's in the break, and whoever is 1 gets to pick first of the cards that are pulled from the box, second gets the second pick, third pick, so on throughout the list. So hit draft, again, you can get into those, you know, higher end product at a cheaper price, but again, there's going to be some limitation on what you're going to get because, you know, you're paying, whoever pays for the 10 spot is paying the same as the guy who gets the number 1 spot. So, you know, there is that factor to it. But again, hit drafts are really great for that higher end product that you want to try to get in cheaper on because you're still going to get a good hit, but it's not going to be, you know, as great as what that 1 pick gets if you end up 8 or 9. Now, guys, where should you go for your breaks? Now, I feel like the most popular form for getting into breaks right now is probably going to be on Whatnot. This is really growing here for either purchasing singles or participating in breaks. You can literally, they have categories for baseball breaks, football breaks, basketball breaks, so on and so on. So definitely Whatnot is big on breaks. I'd also say Instagram is having some breaks there as well as TikTok. Those are good outlets for breaks as well. And then specifically, like I said, with the PYP, you can look at outlets like eBay just because listing those players is difficult. But I would say eBay is your best for your PYP. So those are your go-to places. I would say Whatnot, your best spot for getting into breaks. And then, of course, you got Instagram, TikTok, and then eBay lastly coming in for the PYP. Now, guys, what should you do if you're going to participate in a break? I say first and foremost, the key thing to remember is that breaks are a form of gambling. You're going to be paying money for something and you're not exactly knowing what the return is going to be. So first and foremost, remember that this is a form of gambling. And then secondly, I would say have a budget and have a plan. So, know exactly how much money you're going to have set aside for breaks. If it's going to be $50 for the week, $100 for the week, have that budget planned out and then space out however you like during the week to participate in those breaks. And then, of course, guys, know what the break is. Know what sports are involved, know what year the product is, know what the product is, and know what the hits are. So again, you might see some breaks that are mixers, so they might be multiple sports, they might be baseball and football. So hitting a team might be different than just a standard sport. So know what the break is and know, again, what the year and what the product is, and refer to that Beckett checklist that I've talked about a bunch here. So put the exact year and the product in that search bar, and you'll see exactly what the hits are. Go to that team set and see what the hits are for that specific team. You can see what player cards are going to be in there as well. So know your information, have your research done, have a plan, have a budget, and remember that this is a form of gambling, guys. All right, squad, so that'll do it for this episode of Sports Cards 101, the basics of breaks. Good luck to all you guys if you are going to be participating in breaks. Make sure you follow us on Instagram here and show me some of your hits you get from breaks. I'm really excited to see what you guys do when you are participating in breaks. And of course, guys, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel and turn your notification bell on so you get alerted to all the new content drops here on the channel. And of course, hit up the comments, guys, if you are watching the videos. I love interacting with you guys in the comments and just hearing what you like, what maybe we should do next time. And again, let me know some card shows that are coming up in the area. Always down for interacting with you guys in the comments, either on YouTube or Instagram. But that's a wrap for this one, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.